we go. Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday night here at the BTA Network. That means it's time for Political Ketchup, our one night of the week where we can talk politics without any problems. Since we can't
of
get
course,
away from it, so.
before we get started, I just want to say, first off, I'm Frodo, the main person on BTA, and we got my friend Shirley over here, who's kind of uh our chief operating officer and the person who does most of the show front stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we got our master moderator. Maybe it should be masturbator mod. I don't know. Bajo
I
in
should
the
have known that was
chat.
coming.
I couldn't resist.
Understandable, believe me. But yeah, it's our our man from the Bronx.
Are you sure it's a man though?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, it could be. Sajo could be a man, as would be said on by the Ferengi. You know,
yeah,
that's always a
LMFAO. That's what he said.
Sajo. Yeah, well, you're still troublemaker, dude. But no, serious talk. Um, we got more Trump bullshit as always. It's just,
yep.
I mean, I'm just to the point as far as this whole administration is considered.
Yeah.
I'm just done with them. You know, I'm done with the stupidity. I'm done with the idiocy. I'm done with how often they seem to suck down Trump's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the worst part is 95% of the bullshit that's coming out of there isn't even Trump.
Yeah.
To be frank, it's mostly Stephen Miller.
Yeah.
And that's what people just don't get. Yeah, this is a bad presidency, but
it's
the
almost
vast
like Stephen
majority
Miller.
of the
It's like Stephen Miller's like the shadow president or something like that. Does that make sense?
That's essentially what it is. That's essentially what it is. And that's the sickening part because not me. I mean, I don't want to be under a fucking racist prick like him.
Yeah.
I mean, would you want to be under a racist prick like him?
Absolutely not. Hello, Sarah.
He's good to be fed. Sarah, you were on air.
But yeah,
is being weird.
Yeah, before we do get started, you know, trying to get on Trump's ass as usual. There is a little bit of serious news out of Minnesota. This has got nothing to do with ICE. It actually has to do with a gubernatorial candidate. He has had to suspend his campaign because his daughter was found fatally stabbed.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was not by someone on the other side. It was actually her husband. So
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just letting her through.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay,
right.
So you said.
All right, so what happened was, up in Minnesota, a man trying to run for governor, he has suspended his campaign after his daughter is found fatally stabbed. And it was not the result of someone on the opposite side. It was actually her husband, allegedly. I always have to use that. So,
yeah.
So here's what's going on.
Yes, every time we say something like this, it's always a legend.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so anyway, Minnesota gubernatorial candidate Jeff Johnson announced yesterday, that he was suspending his campaign after his daughter was found fatally stabbed. Hallie Marie Tobler, 22, was found dead with multiple stab wounds over the weekend in her apartment in St. Cloud, Minnesota, roughly 65 miles northwest of Minneapolis, according to the St. Cloud Police Department. Her husband, Dylan Tobler, 23, was found inside the apartment with self-inflicted stab wounds. He was charged today with one count of second-degree murder in connection with his wife's killing. He was stable in the hospital and in police custody. Police said he will be transferred to a nearby jail upon his release from the hospital. It is not immediately clear whether Dylan Tobler oh boy, they didn't get this right. It is not immediately clear whether Dylan Tobler had been from the hospital Tuesday morning. His attorney did not immediately reply to a request for comment. Johnson is a former St. Cloud City Council member who launched his bid for the Republican nomination for governor in March last year. The Minnesota Republican Party said in a statement that Johnson was canceling his campaign after his daughter's death. There are no words that can adequately express the sorrow we feel for Jeff and his family, the party said Monday. The loss of a child is unimaginable, and our thoughts and prayers are with them as they grieve this devastating tragedy. We ask all Minnesotans to join us in lifting up the Johnson family during this incredibly painful time, the party added. Hallie and Dylan Tobler got engaged in 2021 after dating for 5 years, according to a Facebook post from Johnson's wife. The couple appears to have been married in November of that year. The fabled stabbing comes amid an immigration crackdown in the state that has kept Minnesota in its governor's race in the headlines. Governor Tim Walz, the 2024 Democratic vice presidential candidate, dropped his bid for re-election last month, citing heightened attention to a fraud scandal in the case. Senator Amy Klobuchar, who was running for governor, said in a statement on X, "My condolences to Jeff Johnson and his entire family for the loss of their daughter on Saturday night. John and I are praying for all those who loved her during this unimaginably difficult time." And I believe that's the end of it. But, unfortunately, the problem here is domestic violence has no political party.
And that's a big part of the problem, is that there is no distinguishing part of which party is most violent. Yeah, there are people on the left and there are people on the right that are violent, but I'm going to say it right now. I find any political violence to be untenable at best.
Yeah. Because think back to 2008 with John McCain versus Barack Obama, and that one lady said something about Obama, but McCain corrected her, and yes, he lost, but you know what? He was probably he took it with class, with grace.
Yep.
And George W. Bush, the day after Obama won, he was very gracious about, hey, we're going to make this transition easy, no problem. And he did. He made it no problem.
And to be frank, any person committing violence just because someone is the wrong party is wrong. I mean, to be serious, I'm going to look back on January 6th with disdain for the rest of my life. But what could have happened might have been a lot worse.
True, that is true. After all, think about it. That one officer led those people in the wrong direction to protect the congressmen and senators.
Yep.
Yeah, he purposely led them the wrong way. It's like, good call.
I agree.
But, people want to deny that January 6th happened? Sorry, I'm not. It happened. It was live on TV. But, of course, there are people who want to basically say, no, it didn't happen. And I'm not going to lie. I think some of these ICE agents are January 6th insurrectionists who are easily getting their shot at revenge.
Hold on. You say that. The thing is, it's already been proven. You got to remember, we had 4,000 ICE agents who were doxxed completely.
Mm.
And a good chunk of those are Proud Boys, including the Proud Boys leader is
Ah.
an ICE agent right now.
Hmm. That's true. Like I said before Trump and Nome came along, ICE was doing its job professionally with no media coverage. Then they come along, all hell is broken loose. It's like they don't care who you are nowadays. They've killed they've already killed what 9 or 10 people since.
Yeah. Well, and I saw something on a post on
Yeah. Oh, there's
Facebook
Craig. Oh, Craig's in the
that
chat. Hey,
although
Craig.
I can't verify the veracity of this what I read,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a possibility that ICE agents are actually using chemical weapons like nerve agents against American citizens.
Hmm.
If that is true, and I'm not saying it is,
Mm-hmm.
but if that is true, the federal government has basically declared war against United States citizens.
Yeah. So basically a civil war.
Uh huh.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it's like I'm sorry, but I know why ICE was established. I know why the Department of Homeland Security was established. But that disgusting gnome, yes, I call her that. That disgusting gnome needs to go. And I think they should just abolish the Department of Homeland Security and ICE and just start something new from scratch.
I'm sorry, but I have to agree with this.
Okay, what is it?
Annie for Truth in 2024 made a posting on X.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies, it feels like I'm about to sneeze.
Okay.
Okay, good. Hold on.
You all right?
It says, you might not like Donald Trump, but you have to admit he has the most anticipated obituary in the history of the United States. I mean, are they wrong?
Well, what's it say? Or further than I'll read it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I take a shower and it always knocks me out. All right. Sorry about the silence, folks. But let's see.
We're trying to figure out stuff that we can say that hasn't been repeated ad nauseum by many, many people.
Yeah.
But I will. Let's see. Um. So in my how, uh, hold on.
Okay.
Iowa has some interesting House study bills in for this year.
Oh.
Oh, I hate some of these. I'm looking to see here.
Let's see what I got in my state.
Okay. House Study Bill HSB 664 in Iowa
Mm-hmm.
states that is this is something they're thinking about trying to pass. That it states that civil rights protections cannot extend beyond or broader than what is defined in the Iowa Civil Rights Act. So local governments cannot enact more rights for people.
Hmm.
Um, House House Study Bill 637. This one pisses me off on a different level.
Okay.
Um, it is and how it reads, okay?
Okay.
The text of the bill as introduced would um so here's what it says. Basically any bike that can go above so yes, here we go. E-bikes with motors over 750 watts would be treated like motor vehicles.
Hmm.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Class 3 bikes, fast assist bikes popular for commuting or in touring, would be expressly banned from sidewalks and multi-use trails statewide. Combined with road restrictions, this essentially bans Class 3 e-bikes
Hmm.
in the state.
Ah.
What this basically means is that essentially bike couriers, delivery bikes, and work riders would be banned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Bike commuting becomes illegal. Uh, Delivery riders and bike couriers lose authorization to operate commercially. Um, it can't. You have to have certain level of brakes and all this happy horse shit in
Oh,
Iowa.
jeez.
It's stupid. Six House Study 668 is is basically trying to remove the words affirmative action from everything in Iowa.
Oh boy.
672. Uh
Well, let's see. Well, here's one we've got here. Uh, I guess this was Senate Bill 1. Controlled substances regulate sale of non-psychoactive consumable hemp products by Agriculture Department. Requires sale of products only in pharmacies. As psychoactive derivatives of hemp as Schedule 1 drug. That makes sense? Craig said, "Did you see the library bill in Iowa?"
Iowa's getting crazy.
Okay. Oh, Senate Bill 21. Listen to this. Offices of Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court, Judge of the Alabama Court of Civil Appeals or Court of Criminal Appeals, Judge of a Circuit Court or District Court, Member of the Legislature, Attorney General, State Auditor, Secretary of State, State Treasurer, Commissioner of Agriculture and Industries, Member of the State Board of Education, and local sheriff, district attorney, circuit clerk, or constable required to be held by a natural-born citizen of the United States. Constitutional amendment.
Whoa. So basically, you have in Georgia, they're wanting to make it so that no immigrants can be in power.
You mean in Alabama? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's evil.
I know. But then again, there's right now a battle in the Republican side for the governor's race because one candidate is challenging Tommy Tuberville's residency. Because the question is, here's the thing. In Alabama, you've got to be a resident for at least 7 years. But here's the catch is, Tuberville's got a residence in Florida. So that's what they're looking for. Oh, this one. Now, this one is typical of Alabama. All right, House Bill 23. Public pre-K through 12 education. Discussions of gender identity prohibited. Employees prohibited from displaying flags or insignia relating to sexual orientation or gender identity and from referring to students by pronouns inconsistent with the student's biological sex. Yeah, typical Alabama.
I really get sick of this because, and I'm going to apologize in advance, but this is going to be a little bit of a rant.
Okay.
Because I'm sick of it.
Go ahead.
All these fucking right-wing nut jobs in this country need to shut the fuck up about biological sex and everything else. There's many different disabilities that can cause biological sex to not be defined by your simple, does the person have a penis or do they have a vagina? Mm-hmm. It's a lot more complex than that.
Yeah.
And I personally know of 3 people in my personal life that are androgen insensitive, androgen being the sexual hormone.
Mm-hmm.
So those sex hormones don't affect their body. It's so bad that in a couple of the cases, they're men genetically, they have the XY and they have the XX body. So they're men with your body, Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
They have the vagina, they have the breasts, they have the clitoris, they have it all.
Yeah.
And the fact that people can't get over the fact that, sex isn't just a two-way street. A gender isn't just a two-way street. Mm-hmm. It happens that it's just stupid. Wait, what library bill are you talking about, Craig?
Oh, wow. House Bill 13. Illegal immigration. Procedures for arrest, detention, transportation of illegal immigrants provided for. Reporting requirements established.
But yeah, for me, this whole fucking right-wing bullshit just needs to stop.
Yeah.
Frankly, it's just getting old. You
A
know what
bill.
I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, there it is. There's yours. A bill for an act relating to standards and performance measures for public libraries. HF 2270.
Hmm. So if you're like me and you think that all these fucking horseshit bills are stupid and need to be gotten rid of, well, I'm going to tell you a little secret. 2026 is a midterm year.
That's right.
You have the power to get rid of these fuck faces in office who think they can curtail our rights.
Mm-hmm.
So stop being fucking lazy bitches. Get your fucking asses to your nearest polling site when it comes the day
Mm-hmm.
and vote these faggot fucks out.
Yeah. By the way, depending on where you are, if you have not done your homework yet, you better be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not smart to just go in and vote without knowing what you're doing. Okay? I mean, here in Alabama, I think our primary is not till May, so we've still got about 3 months. Let's see. I didn't realize. Let's see. Craig said I didn't realize originally that public libraries and schools were working together. I always thought they were separate. I thought so too.
Yeah, well, that's what the Republicans are trying to push as this whole.
Mm-hmm.
So let me put in perspective. Everything that has passed as far as civil rights has been pushed by progressive people.
Mm-hmm.
The, the full citizenship for all people born in America, progressive. Women's suffrage, progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Civil rights for African Americans, progressive.
Mm-hmm.
The LGBTQ right to marry, progressive. Okay. Now, because all these things have been ticked off by by people desiring equal rights for all, the Republicans have to come up with their own new demon. And
Mm-hmm.
their demon of choice this time is transsexuals, transgender,
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And the problem comes down to you got a bunch of the transgender isn't a new thing. Okay, it's just that recently we've been able with with everything going on, we've been able to actually make people capable of expressing externally what they feel internally. Okay, we can reconstruct the uterus, vagina, and all all that equipment into facsimiles close to thereof of what the male equivalent would be, where the uterus becomes the prostate, the ovaries become the testicles, and the vagina basically becomes the uh, vas deferens, and then the clitoris becomes the penis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then if we reverse that, the same type of thing can happen. The problem is that now Republicans, the conservative aspect of our society, view that as, oh my God, we're going against the natural order. Okay, is the natural order for people to be androgen insensitive? Is the natural order uh you for people to hate each other? Is the natural order to be uh anything less than brothers to each and every human? No. According to your Bible that you seem to thump around, you fucking conservative prick bags, um, your Bible says love thy neighbor as yourself. It
Mm-hmm.
also states that you should treat the person who comes to your land as equal to yourself. You should, the people, it has, the Bible itself is a progressive book. It's literally laid out in that book that all men are created equal, that all humans are created equal, that all humans have the right to respect. Even even more so, in the New Testament, Jesus blesses a fucking gay couple
Mm-hmm.
and heals uh, the lover of a Roman centurion. I mean, the whole fucking book of stories in that, even though that book is fucking ass backwards some of the time,
Mm-hmm.
most of the stories in that book have one common theme. Your humans are humans and they should all be treated, and all humans should be treated equally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, serious talk, all you all you conservative pricks need to learn to read your own fucking scriptures, because your fucking scriptures are some of the most ridiculously progressive things out there, and yet you you all over here drum beat to the fact that, oh, all this shit is going against traditional values. Bullshit. Y'all had fucking Kid Rock at a fucking counter halftime show because Bad Bunny, a U.S. citizen
Yep.
from Puerto Rico
Uh-huh.
who speaks Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
was named the Super Bowl halftime show performance because he is the most viewed artist on fucking Spotify and every other fucking musical outlet. And y'all had a fucking heart attack about it. So you brought Kid Rock into this shit when he has a fucking song. And I'm going to directly quote his song just because I don't want to fucking get people confused. Because I don't want people to get it mixed up. Because I'm going to literally quote this song and you're going to fucking probably say, oh, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. No. In one of his songs, the song specifically called Cool Daddy Cool by Kid Rock, it says, young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory. Motherfucking little conservative prickbag bitches. You had this man who literally says that he wants to have sex with underage kids on your family values fucking halftime show. Go fuck yourselves, you fucking hypocritical little fucking faggot bitches.
Yeah, well, here's something else, too. He couldn't even lip sync right either. Yeah. Yeah, this is like basically the final score, and this is all in the millions, okay? Bad Bunny, 135. Turning Point USA, 5. Yeah. 135 million versus 5 million.
I'm sorry, but
And
I'm not gonna fucking tolerate people saying that,
yeah,
you
that
have to be.
yeah, Bad Bunny's halftime show did in fact get over 135 million viewers.
And I'm sorry if anyone's offended by how I said it, but it
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you think I'm out of bounds for saying it like I did, but it needs to be said.
No, you're right. Because
Y'all fucking
I have been hearing about that too. So yeah, I'm fully aware of this too. It's like Kid Rock, and you got these lyrics. Hypocrite. Yeah, Sandra said I did enjoy
like you
the
won't.
Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show. And by the way, if you want to see it, it is on YouTube. So if you didn't get a chance to see it,
I'll
you
be
can
honest. I'll
go.
be honest. I thought that the Bad Bunny show was actually really fucking good.
Uh huh.
It really is good.
And I'll tell you this right now. What amazed me about it is the fact that the 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 crew behind it, they didn't want to damage the grass. So what happened? They had people dress up as grass. I'm like, that was
Yeah, it's
smart.
not
Very.
and the best part about that whole thing was that, well, there's two best parts. Bad Bunny gave his Grammy to that kid, that 5-year-old kid who was arrested and put in an ICE detention center
In
for fucking
Texas.
a week.
Mm-hmm.
For a week, he
Mm-hmm.
gave his Grammy to that kid for
Mm-hmm.
best artist,
Mm-hmm.
and live on TV, we saw the ultimate expression of love when a couple got married in the fucking halftime show.
Yeah, and by the
If
way,
that isn't a fucking representation of what we're supposed to be as Americans, nothing will.
yeah, because I'll tell you, this, people are wondering,
Go ahead.
is that people are wondering, oh, that wedding's probably rigged. No, the wedding is actually real. Because here's what happened: the couple had invited Bad Bunny to their wedding. He couldn't make it, but so what he did was he turned around and invited them to get married during his halftime show.
Yeah, it's not even, and the thing is, people always say that, people say that we get all this hate between different sides. It's not that I hate the people on the left or they're on the right. It's not that I hate you. It's not that. I don't hate you as a person, as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just think that your ideals of a perfect society are beyond fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Good example, your idea that, you know, that we don't have the right, that Americans don't have the right to whatever. The idea of not being equal to everyone else. It's a fucked up ideal. It's an ideal that you guys have that is exactly what precipitated the fucking Civil War. Is this whole idea that humans are not equal?
Mm-hmm.
No. Last time I checked, if I poke a hole in my arm right here, I'm going to bleed red. If I poke a hole in most Republicans' arms, they're going to bleed red just as the same.
Yeah, it's just like what
I
Dan
say
always
most
says.
because I think some of them, I mean, I say most because I don't know. I think some of them may have acid blood, but that's beside the point.
Craig said, "I got you." Craig said, "I got you beat. I bleed acid." And yeah, Sajo also said,
But my,
don't forget Kid Rock's comments about the Olsen twins, especially when the twins were 14 at the time. I know what he's talking about. Mary Kate and Ashley.
yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anyone,
No.
but I am going to say, you know, why can't we as Americans just get over this idea that people are not the same, are not equal?
Yeah.
Okay. What we need to do is bring up bring this whole fucking country into this idea, this very simple idea that it doesn't matter who you are. A human is 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 a human.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
There is, I don't care what color of skin you have. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what beliefs you have. I don't care who the fuck you worship. It doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
Every single human being should be treated the same.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Disability doesn't matter. Religion doesn't matter. Political stance. No, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
You can have your opinions. However, I'm going to have a problem when your opinion, MAGA, strips away the humanity from people.
And one thing I definitely don't like is when you have I see these videos of MAGA folks basically getting into everybody's faces.
It sickens me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sickens me too. But yeah, but in the meantime, the Super Bowl's not the only place that's got a little bit of politics. And the Olympics too.
Yeah,
Because
I'm personally laughing at what happened at the Olympics.
You got. I think one skier has criticized Trump. Trump said, "Send that loser home." It's like, he has the right to speak it, because if you don't think the Olympics have anything to do with politics, guess again. We've had people defect from countries during the Olympics. Remember 1968, Mexico City. Two African American men put up their arms like this. So, if you don't think the Olympics are political, guess again.
So, Shirley,
Yes.
I have a post from Quentin Flynn.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know who Quentin Flynn is, he is a voice actor of Reno and a bunch of other things. Reno specifically from Final Fantasy.
I also
He
remember him.
posted
Hold on. He also voiced Johnny Quest for a little while in The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest.
yep, he's that actually a pretty prolific. He's also Axel from Kingdom Hearts and a few other roles that I'm. Let me actually look it up really quick,
Mm-hmm.
just because now I'm curious. Behind the voice actors. Yes,
By the
that is
way,
a real web.
yeah. Oh, by the way, a Republican congressman wants that Super Bowl halftime show investigated because it's like this guy's not family. Bad Bunny's not family friendly. It's like, really? Is Kid Rock family friendly? No.
And and I'm gonna break down one more thing with regards to Kid Rock, just because um if anyone wants to complain about him, he started his little thing with Bow with the Bow. Okay. And there it is. Here's some of the lyrics from Bow with the Bow. Okay. And the midnight glancers and the topless dancers, the gander freaks, cars packed with speakers, the G's with the 40s and the chicks with beepers, all the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, all my heroes at the methadone clinics. Um, for the hookers all tricking out in Hollywood. These are all lyrics from this song.
Mm-hmm.
But Wild Mustangs, the porno flicks, all my homies in the county in cell block 6. And for DB Cooper and the money he took, you know,
Mm-hmm.
these are literal lyrics from his song that opened up the fucking halftime show that they did.
Mm-hmm.
So other actors, things that Quentin Flynn was, Colin from Bleach,
Mm-hmm.
the little bear, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Uh, Silver the Hedgehog.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, Bill Axel again. Raiden from Metal Gear Rising. Uh, Billy from Billy and Mandy.
Oh.
Huh?
I didn't know about that one.
Yep, he was also a bunch of act roles from Scooby Doo Mystery Inc.
Mm.
Yeah, but what my point is he posted a comp thing from Miss Mr. Bruce Lee, and it's an interview he did, a few interviews actually. Why do many great journeys feel lonely? Is what he was asked.
Mm.
Because true growth is personal. Not everyone can follow the path meant only for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people struggle to move forward? Because they hold on to what they were. To grow, you must release the old version of yourself. You can't cling to yesterday and expect today to unfold.
Mm-hmm.
Fear distracts people. How do you turn fear into focus? Face fear directly. The moment you stop running, fear becomes energy you can control.
Mm-hmm.
How much power do thoughts really have over a person? Your thoughts shape your reality. If you don't control them, the world will control you instead. Why do you value silence during training? In silence, your mind sharpens. Noise hides truth. Silence shows truth. Silence exposes truth.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why Bruce Lee's getting a stamp.
I think he should get more than a stamp. I'm going to be frank with you. Um, this is one of those times where I think that the $50 bill should get remade,
Mm.
or maybe make a new bill, a $500 bill, and
Yeah.
it be Bruce Lee, because Bruce Lee is one of the most wise people of multiple generations.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I people want to say that Bad Bunny's lyrics are inappropriate. So so is fucking honestly, to be fair, I think arguably Kid Rocks are worse.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But yeah.
So
Anyway, there's over at the Olympics, Trump lashes out at an American Olympian who expressed negative views of U.S. politics. And like, it's his name is Hunter Hess. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S., which is true. Let's see. First-time Olympian Hunter Hess has drawn the ire of President Donald Trump just days after the freestyle skier spoke out against the administration's political priorities. Trump bashed Hess, who said he has mixed emotions representing the U.S. at the Italian Olympic Games due to the current political climate in a Truth Social post. U.S. Olympic skier Hunter Hess, a real loser, says he doesn't represent his country in the current Winter Olympics, Trump posted on Sunday. If that's the case, he shouldn't have tried out for the team, and it's too bad he's on it. Very hard for someone like this. And I'm not going to say those 4 words. Ahead of the opening ceremony in Italy on Friday, Hess said he feels like he's representing the aspects of the U.S. if it aligns with my moral values, but made clear he's not the biggest fan of everything happening in the U.S. It's a little hard. There's
There,
obviously...
Sheila. Shirley, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Pause for a minute.
Okay.
I just found out something big.
Okay.
Some big news.
Okay.
A British woman, 23, was shot dead after arguing about Donald Trump.
Ooh.
23-year-old British woman Lucy Harrison, who was shot dead by her father, Chris Harrison, in the U.S., had argued with him about Donald Trump earlier that day. On a visit to her father's house in Texas, she had asked him how she'd feel if she personally was sexually assaulted. He replied that he had 2 other daughters, so it would not upset him that much.
Mm-hmm.
About a half an hour before they were due to leave for the airport, Mr. Harrison took his daughter by the hand and led her into his ground floor bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Her boyfriend, who accompanied her on the trip, said he heard a loud bang some 15 seconds later before Mr. Harrison started screaming for his wife. I remember running into the room and Lucy was laying on the floor. This is what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you have people who view human lives as less than important.
Yeah.
This is a father and his daughter. Imagine if it was someone else. Imagine if it was this man and a random black woman.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was this man and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't care what anyone says. You can defend Donald Trump till you're blue in the face,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still going to be of the hardcore belief that Donald Trump, A, caused the January 6th insurrection,
Mm-hmm.
and B, is largely responsible for the huge increase in violent crimes in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those violent crimes are committed by one group.
Yep.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't blame you there. All right. So anyway, go back to where I was going. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S., Hess said. Trump wasn't the only conservative to take issue with the 27-year-old's words. You chose to wear a flag. You chose to represent our country. You chose to compete at the Olympics. Florida Republican Representative Byron Donalds posted on social media. If that's too hard for you, then go home. Some things are bigger in politics. You don't get it. Representative Tim Burchett from Tennessee called on Hess to shut up and go play in the snow. But Hess isn't the only athlete this year to lobby criticism toward his home country. As American athletes compete for gold takes center stage, men are using their global platform to denounce some of the White House's policies from the sidelines. In her own press conference, figure skater Amber Glenn said it has been a hard time for the LGBTQ plus community under the Trump administration. The administration has taken several steps that have sparked outrage from LGBTQ plus advocacy groups, such as shutting down a crisis hotline specifically designated for the community and attempting to limit passport sex markers. I know that a lot of people say you're just an athlete, like stick to your job, shut up about politics. But politics affect us all, Glenn said. It is something that we'll not just be quiet about because it is something that affects us in our everyday lives. Meanwhile, freestyle skier and gold medalist Chris Lillis said he is heartbroken over recent actions of the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement Officers, aka ICE. A lot of times, athletes are hesitant to talk about political views and how we feel about things. I feel heartbroken about what's happening in the United States, he told a reporter after being asked about representing the U.S. on the world stage. I'm pretty sure you're referencing ICE and some of the protests and things like that. I think that as a country, we need to focus on respecting everybody's rights and making sure we're treating our citizens as well as anybody with love and respect. Still, Lillis said he loves the U.S. and would never want to represent a different country in the Olympics. Though the Olympics have long occurred against the backdrop of geopolitical tensions, this year's games have taken on an overtly political tone as Trump's policies threaten to disrupt long-standing partnerships between the U.S. and Europe. Trump did not attend this year's opening ceremony at Milan's famous San Siro Stadium, but the Milan crowd's reception for his designated representative, Vice President J.D. Vance, was less than lukewarm. The frosty reception from Europeans extended to Gus Kenworthy, a British-American representing Team Great Britain in the free ski halfpipe, who offered a graphic visual of his objection to Trump's policies. In a post on Instagram ahead of the start of the games, the 34-year-old posted the words, I'll say it, fuck ICE, written in a pile of snow, and a display he later revealed was urine. Innocent people have been murdered and enough is enough, Kenworthy wrote in the caption. We can't wait around while ICE continues to operate with unchecked power in our communities. But this isn't the first time Olympic athletes have shared their viewpoint on the politics of their homeland. While the Olympic Charter forbids any form of demonstration or political, religious, or racial propaganda at Olympic venues, athletes may express their views at press conferences, team meetings, and on media platforms. During the 2021 Tokyo Games, U.S. women's soccer players took a knee to protest for racial justice. At the 2016 Games in Rio, Vaisa Lilesa held up his wrist with a cross gesture on behalf of his Oromo people who are native to the Oromia region in Ethiopia but face the prospect of relocation. Perhaps one of the most memorable instances of Olympians expressing their political views came during the medal presentation for the men's 200-meter event at the 1968 Summer Games in Mexico City, at which gold medalist Tommy Smith and bronze medalist John Carlos both bowed their heads and raised closed fists in a sign of Black Power. Both were suspended from the U.S. team and expelled from the Olympic Village. And that's the end of the story.
Yeah. But we only got a few minutes left, so I just want to go out and say thank you, everyone, for your time listening in today. I hope you guys have a good night. I apologize personally for getting a little bit heated. Well,
no.
I feel like I have a good reason to be heated. You know.
Yep, I don't blame you. I do not
for
blame
those,
you.
For those who are wondering, just do yourselves a favor and just appreciate what you have today.
Exactly. Alright, so here's the game plan. Tomorrow night, of course, I'll be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Not Thursday because, I'll be going to see Kamala Harris. And then, of course, Friday, we'll be doing Trivia Night. So, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play the ending. So hang on for 15 seconds.
You go ahead and finish.
Okay. Later.
Later.
Alright, so with that in mind, I am going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night. Sleep well. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The rest of us will see you on Friday for Trivia Night. So, peace.